The activity in front of the Brooklyn Museum, not too far from our setting today here at the Barclays Center. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action for you coming up. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. DA, take it away.
Well, Kyrie Irving rediscovered his maternal lineage with the White Mountain family of the Standing Rock Sioux tribe. He lost his mother at a young age, and by connecting with her roots, he's found a piece of himself. The tribe gave him the name Little Mountain. Kevin?
Great story, DA. Thank you. Brent, two explosive backcourts. When you were playing, who was the toughest guard that you found to defend?
Well, I would start off with a guy named Allen Iverson. And the reason that I start with that, the reason I start with Kevin is I just saw the back of the jersey all the time, so I remember Iverson clear as day. But if I went deeper, I would tell you guarding the Hall of Famer Mitch Richmond at a time when he was playing for the Sacramento Kings. They would run an offensive set, much like for Reggie Miller, multiple screens by a bunch of guys who were big and strong. That was not good for me to try to fight through those kind of screens. But if you gave Mitch Richmond 8 inches, 2 points.
And Richmond was strong and had bulk to his body.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me.
I can see the bruises. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the 2 guard. And looking at the Nets, we've got Irving. Durant is out there with Green. Then it's Jordan. And it's Harden in at the 2.
Of course, Kevin Durant, one of the game's greatest scorers of all time, but his ability within this offense to make plays, elevating the team.
Now, here's Zubac. A 3 from Leonard. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
George against Harden. He goes right over Marcus Morris and slams it down.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
Now, here's George. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Golden State.
And he passed the ball so well in that game, keeping everybody involved, even as he was racking up all those points.
Here's George. 5 to shoot. For 3. And it's Leonard again missing.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
Yeah, as good as you can do without getting a block there to defend.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. And George kicks to Beverley. 6 to shoot. Leonard against KD.
Well, he keeps adding strength and conditioning through the years. A big help to Kevin Durant there on the defensive end. Maybe a time to rest him right now. Just give him a bit of a breather. Try to help him get back on track.
And Morris throws it down.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Irving looking for an opening. The Clippers grab the miss.
And he gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
Beverley the pass to Zubac. That's tipped. Irving with the steal. Leonard with the steal. And it's Leonard with the jam.
Stellar anticipation by Leonard to create the fast break opportunity. That's why he's a perennial Defensive Player of the Year candidate.
Now, here is Irving. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Here's Harden. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on George. The Nets shooting their first free throws of this game.
James Harden. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good.
And the way Harden plays the game, incredible. So much energy and really as creative as they come.
Harden hits them both. The starting gate, opening night in the NBA. Brent, what are you most looking forward to?
I just like to see who it is that, in terms of their competitive spirit right now, is coming out of training camp hungry. Let's see in the next couple weeks which team jumps out and which coaching staffs have done a great job preparing their team coming out of camp. Now, we know that teams can fall off, Kevin, that talent will catch up. Other veteran teams may get themselves back into a rhythm. But coming out of training camp, how much more together are teams, and teams that have made changes, what are they playing like?
What's their chemistry?
Let's find out how they're going to play this year.
And George kicks to Zubac. Leonard against KD. Outside, George. Some solid defense there from KD. Nets leading by 5. Outside, Irving. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And this is their first time matched up with Brooklyn this year.
And their series last year was a bit of a comparison between the two conferences. Both were in the middle of the pack. And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Here's Durant. That one, no good. And the Clippers will come the other way. Pass to George. Buries it down low.
So good, so experienced, Paul George can convert the toughest of buckets.
Poke loose. Passes it to Irving. Right side, Jordan. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. And it's George again missing.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
Now, here is Irving. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Shot clock at 6. It's hauled in by Beverly.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. And Brent, as you know, there aren't many players that can set a tone for a team, but Patrick Beverly is one of them.
Yeah, Patrick Beverly always embraces that role about setting the tone defensively on an opposing team's point guard, making sure that tonight, if you're going to beat the team that Pat Beverly plays on, you're going to have to go through that.
a switch here. Dinwiddie's checked in. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. Jordan finds Green. And here's Harden. Dinwiddie outside. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Harden. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. That's 12 points for James Harden.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Bounce pass from Beverly. Durant against Leonard. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Shoots over KD. And it's Leonard missing.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
Durant with it. Guarded now by Morris. That shot is no good. And he's 1 for 3 from the floor. Leonard against Durant. And Beverly kicks to Morris. The 3 from George. It's not going to go for him. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Here's Harden. Goes back up. And the layup is up and in. Harden's got 14 points for the game.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Well, his shots aren't dropping, and they haven't been able to keep pace, but they trust him enough to keep going to him, see if he can find it.
Now, here is Harden. He's coming off a 37-point game against Golden State over George, and he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Clippers trail by 4. Here's Leonard. Gets it to go from 18 feet away. He has 7.
Count on Kawhi Leonard to work as much as he needs to get to the spots on the floor where he can be successful. He's a good shooter from mid-range.
Now, here's Dinwiddie. 23 points for him the last game against the Warriors in San Francisco. And it's sent back by George. Beverly with the ball. Defended by Dinwiddie. Brent, you know, the moving screen is one of those very difficult judgment calls, isn't it?
It's a tough one, Kevin, but what you look for all the time in replays when you see that call, it's almost like the salsa. I'm looking at the hips and the feet. If the feet are too wide, and Kevin Garnett was the biggest problematic moving screen setter that I ever saw, being 6'11" and spreading out those sticks of his. But if the feet go wider than the shoulder, impossible. And then the hip move as the defender is moving around the screener, just enough of a nudge for him not to be able to catch up.
Yes.
Those are the ones where the referees, I think, are most in tune to in order to blow the whistle.
Brooklyn making some changes. Joe Harris is checked in for Jermichael Green. And it's Luwawu Cabarrot in for James Harden. And it's tied up with that one.
I think Patrick Beverly, for the entirety of his NBA career, is really going to embrace the role of being the villain. Has no problem with it whatsoever.
Here's Luwawu. He's coming off a 13-point game against Golden State.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defender.
Williams with the ball, defended by Dinwiddie. Williams can't hit.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backdoor.
Dinwiddie with the bucket.
Always fun to look at. Not tremendously efficient, but the floater, boy, those sure are pretty.
Pass to Leonard. Brooklyn with the rebound. Here's KD. Shoots over Patterson, and Durant gets it to go. The assist by Harris. Now it's a 7-point Nets lead. The pass to Leonard. Beverly against Dinwiddie. Will it go? Brooklyn with the rebound. Jordan's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Lets it go with a 3. Durant, no good. Clippers trail by 7. Here's Williams. But he recovers it.
Well, even when you get physical with Lou Williams, he'll use that against you. Keeps his balance that time.
And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for the Brooklyn Nets. There's 1:47 left to play here in the first. Durant feeling it out a bit. It's tipped, and there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Leonard. Coming off a terrific season, he averaged about 26 points a game last year, 7 rebounds and 3 assists. And you look at the numbers he's been putting up, fantastic scoring production from him.
Yeah, hard to ask for anything more at this point. He's really stepped up, and he's really delivered.
Passes it to Man. Knocked away. Williams passes to Man. These are the players who had the most success from deep last season. Take a look at Harris. He's absolutely deadly from outside.
And getting that spot at the top of the list was such a huge accomplishment. What a year it was for him from behind the arc.
And he can't get the first one. Jackson, he's checked in for Los Angeles. He's off on the second.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
Jordan, the pass to Llewellyn. The putback.
Yeah, you could pretty much say that DeAndre Jordan's going to get a lot of his points right there, trolling around the rim.
Jackson looking it over. Pass to Leonard. Over KD. And that one's good. Leonard's got 9.
Yeah, that's not an assignment that I want there, Kevin. I'd rather do math homework than to try and cover that guy.
Dinwiddie passes to Jordan. He kicks it to Durant. Can't hit that one. So the Clippers will take it the other way.
If you told me this was the kind of game he was going to have, I would not have expected them to be in front right now.
Jackson misses.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
How many times do we see highlights like this? DeAndre Jordan loves bringing the hammer.
Leonard against KD. Outside Leonard. No good on the last second attempt there. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Brooklyn ahead. They're up by 7. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me. In my darkest days, I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine, so.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. Hey, guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
So for the Clippers right now, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then it's Williams. And there's Jackson. And it's Man in at the 3 spot. That free throw good from Durant. When it comes to hustle, effort, who would you put on the floor to get those 50-50 balls that are just so important And sometimes, with the win or loss in the balance.
And I watch Kawhi Leonard, and even though he's a superstar player, there's still some efficiency in his action to go and get that ball.
He just never stops.
He never stops. And so, yeah, he might not get dirty, but he doesn't have to because he outsmarts everybody else to get to it. And we have scrappy guys like Marcus Smart and Patrick Beverly, who we've talked about as being nuisances on the court. But, those guys are invaluable to any coaching staff. And when they have those kind of plays, it just gets everybody going and brings a level of energy back to the game.
It does energize. You're exactly right.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Nets leading by 9. Here's Luwawu. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
The Nets making a switch here. Chioza's checked in. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Outside Jackson. Here's Zubac. Back to Jackson. Shot clock at 5. Three-pointer. Offensive rebound.
And they've won the rebound battle so far, and it's translated to the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's not just about stopping the offense in the scouting report. It's about knowing where to be when those shots are going to be missed. And they're doing a nice job on the rebounding.
He just exudes a love of the game, guys. You can see it in everything he does. This guy lives and breathes the game.
Now here's Jackson. He's coming off a 16-point game against Golden State.
As a big, once you get position inside, it allows you to fight and come away with a lot of tough boards.
Dinwiddie passes to Chioza. Durant with it. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Dinwiddie's got 7 points.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Outside Jackson. Trying to get something going, and it's good on the way in.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now here's Durant. He's got 8. Here's Jordan, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Man, there are not many times where DJ does not just rip that rim down.
Clippers trail by 15. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Here's Chioza, guarded by Jackson. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Los Angeles has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Kicks it to Williams. The 3. A rebound by the Nets. Jordan's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Durant, the pass to Chioza. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Jackson up top, Dinwiddie covering. From 12 feet out, it's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Durant dishes to Dinwiddie. High arcing shot. And then slammed in by Jordan.
Look, DeAndre Jordan and the rim, those two are best friends.
Here's Jackson. Well, he might be an aging veteran in the NBA, but DeAndre Jordan is still terrifying for defenders when he's going up for the alley-oop.
Oh, he's such a great target still on the roll situation. You combine his length and athleticism now with the know-how and his tenure in the league, and DeAndre Jordan still can be an elite finisher on the inside.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And he might not be a household name just yet, but Joe Harris is one of the game's true dead-eye marksmen. You can make the case he's the most underrated shooter in the league.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. Maybe not the most famous beard in the league, but Joe Harris's beard last year, Greg, drawing some notice in the NBA.
The lumberjack look belying his feathery touch. Good size and strength, enabling him to play the small forward position when needed.
He hits the second from the line.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
George passes to Zubac. Outside for George. To the middle, just 5 on the clock. Stolen by Harden. Here's Harden on the wing. Morris with the block.
And this is what staying active can give you. Morris sending that one back with authority.
There's Jackson with the 3. Los Angeles with another miss.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know. And the next one puts them in the bonus.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Beverly's checked in. Irving dishes to Harden. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 4th rebound in this one. Feeds it to Beverly. In the corner, George with it. Pass to Zubac. They need this one. He can't get that one to fall. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. And here's Harden for 3. Let's keep it alive. Jordan finds Harris. Excellent D there from George. Clippers trail by 18. Jackson has the open look. No good on the 3.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
Yeah, put some students in the classroom because that's exactly how you move the ball. Kyrie terrific at spotting the open man, and then you got to get it to him.
Now here's Jackson. Looking to end his cold spell, and he lays it up and in. Jackson's got his 2nd basket of the game.
Oh, that's some fancy ball handling right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble?
From deep, Harden. It's hauled in by George. George has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times. Not getting old here, seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
Here's Beverly following the bucket by the Nets. The pass to Morris. Harden against Jackson. Back to Morris. 4 on the clock. And there's Jackson on the assist by Morris. Jackson's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. George with no one around. No good on the triple.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Clippers trail by 17. Now Beverly. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Golden State.
And this is what dominating the glass looks like. He just cannot be contained.
Sort of reminding me of a little Ben Wallace action here from his years with the Pistons. He's been that much of a force rebounding the ball.
Now here is Harris, following the miss by Kyrie Irving. Jordan banked in off the glass. Jordan's got 10 points.
Well, the sheer size of DeAndre Jordan is such a big benefit. It makes him an effective finisher on the inside.
Now here's Beverly. Outside, George. Rebounded by the Nets. Jordan's on the wing. Harris defended by Beverly. Brooklyn shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
Joe Harris, 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Harris.
Well, it's interesting to watch him because he's putting his body on the line to get to the line. We didn't see this during the first quarter, but he's making up for it here.
The Nets making a switch here. Luwawu's checked in, and the Clippers with a change here too. Leonard, he's checked in for Zubac. And Harris drops them both. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Los Angeles. Outside, George. Back to Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Fades and shoots. Morris with the bucket.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Harden scanning the floor. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
Well, after getting off to a great start, hitting those first 2 shots, he's definitely regressed a little bit in this quarter.
Nets leading by 19. Irving passes to Harden. Here, oh, the power on that throwdown.
And on any given play, the beard can take your breath away. He's just got that flair for the spectacular.
Now here's Beverly. And there's Paul George on the assist by Beverly. Beverly's got 4 assists in the game. Harden against Beverly. Harden kicks to Irving. Plays it up and banks it in. Irving's got his first points in this one.
You got to stay in front of Kyrie Irving at all times. Yeah, I said it here from the sidelines. Try doing it out there on the floor.
Here's Leonard. Green with the rebound. Nets shooting at an even 50% from the floor here in the second quarter. Luwawu, the pass to Harden. Lets the 3 fly. Nailed from three-point land. Harden's got 21.
It's first triple of the second quarter, 3rd of the game.
Jackson with it, picked up by Harris. Here's George. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, height and length at that position for Paul George, that's problematic for a defender, and he used his size to draw the foul that time.
It's his first trip to the line. Free throw good from George.
The versatility of Paul George as he's matured and put some more weight on his frame through the years. He's an exceptional two-way player with outstanding length and a tremendous scoring ability.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Kevin Durant comes in for Joe Harris. And Dinwiddie subbed in for James Harden. And both free throws good for Paul George. There's 57 seconds left here in the second. Nets leading by 22. Dinwiddie outside. Durant for three. It's hauled in by George. George has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. And it's sent back by KD.
Yeah, the large wingspan of Durant on full display. What a block there.
Passes to Irving. And Green now, top of the key. Pass to Dinwiddie. 5 on the clock. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist. Green's got 4 points in the quarter.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And here's George. He's got 9 to the left wing. Beverly for 3. No good on that one. And so it's Brooklyn, finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. On a defensive effort they put on Kawhi Leonard. It's rare to see him have the kind of trouble he's had tonight. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Kevin, what has allowed you all to build this lead in the first half?
Well, we've just been playing hard. Those guys are tough to guard. They cut so hard. They play well together, and we had a decent half. We got to keep it going.
Kevin, thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. James Harden was the man in the first. He had 21 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 steal. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
One of the big questions coming in is, how do you defend James Harden? He can take you in either direction. He has the crossover and the jab and go. And one of the best shot makers in the game.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Clippers?
Well, one reason they're getting roasted, a.k.a. blown out, poor rebounding. Way too many one-and-done possessions. I don't want to see guys drip between their legs and shoot. Not enough fundamentals. Hey, box out 101. Maintain position 101. Learn how to play basketball 101. Things like that, Ernie.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side.
My brother.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
And guys, we saw just how tough he can be with the step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Durant. And it's Green. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's Leonard. Shoots over KD. Here's Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Oh, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
And so it's Brooklyn with it after the basket by Los Angeles. It's Harden with the drive, and that one good. Harden's got 23 points.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
Pass to Leonard. Looking to get it going. But they'll get another chance. George with the bounce pass. Lock at 6. Leonard against Durant, and that one's good. Leonard.
And that's usually a solid strategy. Get the ball into Leonard's capable, large hands and let him go to work.
Zubats against Dinwiddie. Outside Irving. The tray. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Beverly with the ball. Outside, George. Right through the knee for the layup. George has got 11 points.
He's pretty even-keeled, does Paul George. Never too high or too low. And even with the defense on him, task at hand, score, and he did.
Now, here is Irving. Over Beverly. Again, the Nets for 2.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Count that bucket. 13 points in the game.
Well, Paul George concentrating through the contact and making sure he had a shooting window open.
KD on the wing. Nets passing it around. Here's Harden. And he drops it in from the low post. Harden's got 4 points this quarter.
And not wasting any time here, kicking their offense right back into gear. That's 3 of 4 from the field.
Here's George over Green. Kicks it out to Leonard. This one for 3. Offensive rebound. Zubats. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Zubats has got his second basket of the night. Nets leading by 20. Harden outside. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And here we can check out the story on Kyrie Irving. Last season, he played outstanding. 11th in assists, 13th in steals, and he ranked in the top 15 in points per game. One of the league's premier offensive threats.
And he was the consummate playmaker last season. Completely unselfish. Always had his head up, looking for the open man. That free throw, no good. Los Angeles making a switch here. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. And to have someone, Brent, with the size and strength of Green play with the energy he does, it's a huge boost to any team.
Yeah, lots of talk last year about JaMychal Green really stepping into his own, starting to really own what it is he can do to impact any given game. He's a bit of a journeyman, has traveled around a little bit between San Antonio and Memphis, but his role with the Clippers last year really put him in a nice spot for him to show off his skill set.
And that one's good. Beverly.
Yeah, Beverly doing a good job of reading not just his defender, but the secondary defender in that pick and roll.
Durant dishes to Harden. That's good, and it's KD with the assist. Durant's got 4 assists in the game.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
They grab their own miss and block. That one goes careening off the glass. And then Durant with the dunk.
And here's the best way to get an earful from your coach. Give Kevin Durant that kind of path to the basket. Wow, discussion to follow.
Williams gets the bucket. Williams has got his second bucket.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
Nets leading by 22. outside. Dishes it to Durant. Jordan against Zubac. Jordan kicks to Green. And there's the pass to KD. And it's off the back rim, no good. The Clippers have gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far, just above 50%. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Patrick Beverley is going to come at you every night, just an inspiring player that way, and daring the defense to get physical with him on that play.
This is his third trip to the free throw line.
A 78% foul shooter a season ago. Pretty steady when he's at the line.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. Joe Harris is checked in for Green. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Patterson's checked in. Both free throws good from Beverley. Now here's Durant. 10 points for him. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
Well, the great ones can do this. When Durant gains an advantage inside, you know he's going to score or he's going to get fouled.
That's good from Durant.
And at this point, there simply is no doubt that Kevin Durant is one of the great shooters to ever play the game. The only question is just where on the all-time list will he land when we talk about the unstoppable scorer.
Jackson, he's checked in for Patrick Beverley. And KD drops them both. And with Durant, perhaps the most amazing part, he can have quiet nights, Greg, of 30-plus points.
Kevin, his scores are just so easy for him that you forget you aren't supposed to see 7-foot sharpshooters doing it. He can score from anywhere in any fashion and can hold his own with any player in history in terms of how unguardable he is. And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, the big man not going to slow him down from getting that deuce.
Harden, and he knocks down the jumper. Harden's got 10 points in just the second half.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Here's Williams, and Durant sends it back. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. That's on Reggie Jackson.
Well, despite his outward demeanor, Durant plays with so much passion, takes the hit, still able to convert.
He's had 4 chances at the line, made them all. Luwawu is checked in for Harris.
There's just been a lot of respect for the approach of Kevin Durant over the course of the past couple seasons, especially with the Warriors, wanting to be a better defender, better rebounder, better rim protector. Of course, we think of scoring first, but man, the defensive end and what he's done to take some pride on that end has been impressive.
Here is Durant, following the score by Reggie Jackson. Passes it to Harden. That's good, and it's KD with the assist. 33 points for James Harden.
He's played a huge role in this game to this point, but it looks like he just wants more. He wants to make sure that this lead holds up.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. And with Durant, the non-scoring aspects of his game almost get forgotten.
Well, Kevin has put up 5 or 6 assists a game over the last couple seasons. It helps to have 2 of the greatest shooters in the league on your side. It's going to be interesting to see how he develops after the injury and what he comes back to as a player in a new system with new teammates and more mileage on that body.
On the 2K leaderboard are the rebounding leaders from a season ago. DeAndre Jordan third.
What a season he had in the paint. I mean, his rebounding numbers really mind-boggling. Who wouldn't love to have a guy like that?
On the wing, Williams, guarded by Harden. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Back to Patterson. Just 5 to shoot. Jackson from long range. A rebound by the Nets. KD's got 7 rebounds in the game. The offensive rebound. And Jordan gets it to go. Jordan's got 12 in the game.
Well, if the biggest guy can get out in transition, you can't recognize that. DeAndre Jordan, a beautiful job out on the break.
Now here's Williams. No good on that one. Good work defensively by Harden. Here's Luwawu. Jordan. And there's Jordan putting it right back in. Jordan's got 4 points now in the quarter.
You can tell right now the teammates are scanning the floor to find him and feed him. Why not? He's on it right now.
Here's Williams from 13 feet. It goes down.
Well, the in-between game is really nice from Lou Williams. Great at working his way into a place on the floor where he can attack you with a shot.
Now, here is Harden. 33 points for him. Beyond the arc. Sinks the three-pointer. Harden's got 36.
Oh, man, this would be a different ball game if they didn't have this type of scoring to rely on.
Harden against Williams. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Lou Williams and that wisdom gives a boost to the confidence of the entire team, someone the younger guys look up to.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And so he makes both from the line. Here is Harden. He's got 36. Pass to Jordan. Harden against Williams. Here's KD. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. KD's got 17 now.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Pass to Morris. Now Williams. He's got 8. The rebound by KD. Durant's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. There's the foul. It's on Patrick Patterson. That's his first foul. Kyrie Irving, he's checked in for the Nets. from the baseline. Drained for 2 points. He's got 6.
An even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
Jackson with the bounce pass. Here's Leonard. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Oh, you see the touch inside from Leonard. Does a little bit of everything for this basketball team.
Now, here is Harden. Harden draws the double. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Nets have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them.
At the line for 2.
And he makes the first.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Dinwiddie's checked in. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
Well, the adventure begins when DeAndre gets to the line, but I think he's wanting to work hard on his free throws, so it's not a substitution in the last 2 minutes of a game. He wants to get confident stepping up and knocking them down.
Now, here's George, and it's blocked by Jordan. To the paint, here's Luwawu. There's the killer two-handed slam.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Well, the thing is they're controlling the pace right now, and if that was the mantra for them at halftime, they've carried it out.
George with the bucket.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Irving with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Lobs it up for Jordan, and the dunk by Jordan.
Well, this is where DeAndre Jordan's speed as a big pays off. A super dangerous pick-and-roll player when he sprints out of it.
The pass to Leonard. There's the dish to George. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Paul George put his defender in the blender right there. Tough for him to guard that kind of possession.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And going back to his performance at the line last year, guys, 84% as a free throw shooter.
Take a break. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw. And the second free throw, good. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Jackson against Irving. Out left to the wing. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Irving from deep three-point range. And it's Williams with the ball for the Los Angeles Clippers. A 3 from Leonard. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. For 3, Durant drains it from beyond the arc. KD's got 12 points in just the second half.
That's one of Durant's specialties. He can pull up off the drive and shoot right over you, not even knowing you're there.
James Harden getting it done for Brooklyn. He's approaching 40 points for him in the game. He's scoring in just about every way possible. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. So for the Clippers right now, Paul George is out there with Batum. Then it's Ibaka. It's Kabengele in at the center, filling out the middle. Pass to Luwawu. He dishes it to Martin. Pass to Luwawu. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
An elite rim protector, Ibaka has the highly desired combination of athleticism and timing.
George looking over the floor. Now the pass to Kabengele. Guarded by Green. Left side, George. In the corner, Ibaka with it. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep. George, no good.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Now here's Batum, and the shot goes in. Batum's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Clippers. George against Martin. Now here's Shamet. He's guarded closely. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Brent, we have seen some players refuse to speak to the media. For whatever reason, where should that line be drawn?
Well, there is a role and a responsibility, I think, of every player in the league, Kevin, given that it's an entertainment industry and that people have jobs around this league to tell stories, to have access to those players. Now, every player doesn't want to talk or get into certain things, but their availability should be made and people should have access to them. Look, I don't want to take out the trash every Tuesday, but I understand I got to do it at home. Right. And so players have a responsibility to their franchise to be a voice at times.
I always thought you were terrific with the media.
Well, I appreciate that, Kevin. Maybe that's how I got this job.
The first one falls. Andrew Beverly, he's checked in for George. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Beverly deciding where to go with it. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Luwawu. He dents the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Now here's Beverly. And he comes up with the deuce.
Beverly showing off a little bit of a teardrop. Didn't know he had that.
The Nets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Brown the pass to Green. For so long, the U.S. has been the country to beat in international basketball play. But there are some big-time challengers around the globe emerging.
Well, Serbia and Spain continue to be competition that the U.S. takes extremely seriously. And I'm not saying they don't take everybody that they step on the floor against with tremendous amount of respect. We know from years in the past that Argentina had its golden age with the players around Manu Ginobili and Oberto and Nocioni, but that seemed to be a timing thing for the Argentinian national team. Spain and Serbia will continue to be impressive and continue to push USA basketball in these international tournaments and Olympic play.
Out of bounds. Next ball as Brooklyn keeps possession. Joe Harris is checked in for Luawu. Brown outside. Shot clock at 6. Harris passes to Shamet. And a missed layup.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
Outside, Batum. To the left side wing. Passes it to Kabengele. Beverly against Martin. And it's Beverly missing. The net shooting at 51%. Really solid. And then Brown with the dunk.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Now here's Beverly. Outside, Batum. Here's Ibaka. A rebound by the Nets. Green's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Brown. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Brown's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Here's the teardrop. That one goes. Count it.
Well, if you're giving up that much height, the only thing that you can do as a defender is to foul him.
Beverly against Martin. Pass to Harris. And bird rights an important element in structuring the salary cap. Can you tell the viewers exactly what that means?
What it means, Kevin, is you have the ability to go into the above the tax to sign your own player, and so it doesn't cost you in terms of tax dollars. So if a player finishes his season, you have bird rights on that player. You can negotiate a number that's not going to impact your bottom line and cut into your salary cap. So very important when teams are maneuvering around and trying to get players on their roster for a season or two, that after that second season or third season over, that the bird rights still remain for them to extend him even further to keep him around the culture.
Buries it from three-point range.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
Here is Ibaka following the three-pointer by Brooklyn. Beverly for 3. It's hauled in by Harris. The Nets have gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. Here's Shamet, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And they know for next time, don't let him establish position down low.
Yeah, when he's this close to the basket, it's a wrap.
Now here's Beverly. Rebounded by the Nets. Green's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Shamet the pass to Brown. Over Beverly. That one a little long for Los Angeles. They've gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Player salary is obviously a large investment, Brent. What are some other investments that owners can make to help their team get better, either on the floor or off?
Massive one, Kevin, obviously, is in terms of your players' wellness and what it is that you're doing with your physical therapy staff, your strength and conditioning staff, because you want these guys available at the best and maximum potential physically that they can give you. A lot of teams, quite frankly, in the past couple of seasons, Kevin, looking into other ways, holistic therapies, mental approach that they can have mental wellness for their players as part of their programming. So teams that think you build some beautiful practice facility and just let the guys go bounce the ball around and shoot are absolutely missing.
Right? Yes.
Yeah, they're missing the boat on what it is that their players require, need to be complete as people.
Here's Harris. The Clippers getting the bucket. Down low. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
At the line for your next, Landry Shamet. At the line for 2.
That free throw good from Shamet. Kevin Durant's checked in for Brooklyn. And the Clippers making a change here. And so he hits both. Brent, with advanced analytics becoming commonplace in the NBA, which stats you personally hold most valuable?
Well, it's amazing to talk about effective field goal percentage. I laugh a lot about...
Which is everything shooting. Free throws.
Yeah, well, I like to use true shooting percentage, Kevin, because that's where you adopt three-point shooting percentage, two-point shooting percentage, and your free throw percentage.
Everything.
But in talking to a lot of people around the league, general managers and coaches, I laugh inside to myself a little bit, like, oh, so now shooting's important? Like what? Like now shooting's important around the league?
Right.
As if, you know, the time that you go out to start playing basketball, you grab a ball, you go towards the goal, and your goal is to make the shot. And so we're talking so much more about how much shooting is valued. Effective field goal percentage is tremendous, with true shooting percentage being not far behind.
Now here is Martin. It's Durant with the drive. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
The aggressiveness, the intelligence of Durant, able to put it on the floor and draw contact.
At the line for 2.
And the first one drops.
It's pretty evident to see that Kevin Durant is driven to be a great player, but it's his love for the game. The passion he has for basketball is something that's just off the charts. I know he's anxious to have another great competitive year in the NBA.
Durant hits them both. Brent, when a team hires a new coach, what tends to be the feelings of the players in that locker room, knowing there's a new voice in it?
If you are a veteran player, you have the opportunity, more than likely, Kevin, to call 5 or 6 resources that know who that coach is. Because most of the time coaches that are getting hired have previous NBA experience. If you're a younger player, you're looking at what it is that's being written and said about that coach to try to evaluate how it is that you're going to fit in. The biggest responsibility, Kevin, is that new coach trying to get as many of those players into the facility or at a meeting or at a dinner to have them understand from day one, as soon as possible, what it is that they're about, what it is he's expecting from them, and how it is he's going to go about them. Then all the other things about guesswork, those go away.
Right, all about communication.
That communication, and communication as quick as you possibly can, that's an important factor.
Schedule, yes. And he sinks the second.
Well, the defense has failed to cut off any of these driving lanes, which is why they're resorting to fouling him, and he's hurting them from the charity stripe.
Now here's Batum. He kicks it to Ibaka. Pass to Kabengele. And nothing is falling for him right now. And here is Shamet. If you were commissioner, Brent, of the NBA, would you add or alter any rules right now?
Wow. First of all, I think you get to fly on a really nice plane wherever you're going, and you get to go to any game you want to.
Yeah.
So sign me up
with
for that job.
With courtside seats, by the way, too.
Add or alter any NBA rules. I think the game is in a pretty good place right now, Kevin. And there's not much that I think is out there for us to change.
It seems like All-Star Weekend and the length of the season seems to be 2 pretty prominent things that continually come up.
Yeah, and as far as the question, I guess my head was going to things that are on the floor.
I was thinking that too, but I couldn't think of anything that really...
On the floor, it's tough to figure out something that could be adjusted, and I know Adam Silver and David Stern before him, all of their concern mostly is about the optics of the game.
Yes.
And right now it's in a pretty good spot.
It's very pleasing to watch, there's no doubt. LA has gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Man covered by Martin. Man passes to Ibaka. There's the lob to the hoop. 5 to shoot. There's the pass to Kabengele. Brooklyn with the rebound. Green's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Nets.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Jordan.
I liked his aggressiveness here tonight, especially on the glass. He was not messing around.
Batum. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And the versatile wing, Nick Batum, wants a do-it-all scorer, but Greg, he's started to take less of an active role in offenses lately.
And Batum has been asked to do less volume scoring, but it's helped his efficiency as a player. Now past 30 years of age, you could see his role on teams being similar to that of Andre Iguodala's as he ages in the league.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Nicholas Batum.
And Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
Both free throws good from Batum. Round with it. There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Dishes it to KD. 11 feet away, and he gets the bucket. KD's got 33 points.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
Yeah, huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much with Kevin Durant. KD, slow start for you offensively, but you were able to stay aggressive. How do you keep that mentality as a great scorer?
Well, you got to keep shooting, no matter what happens. So it's easy to, play well throughout the game when you're making shots, but when you're missing, you got to get your mind right, and that's what I try to do is just stay aggressive.
And it sure showed out there. Thank you very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.